Hello,
Hello. Hi.
good
Good
afternoon,
afternoon.
ma'am.
How are you?
How are you? I'm fine, thank you. And how are you?
I'm fine. Thank you for asking me again.
Yeah,
How are things at your end?
it's going well. Everything is fine.
Great.
And
Okay.
today I thought of talking on education system with you.
Okay.
So the first question of mine would be there are two factions in our society. One of them think that we have failed as a society. We have not been able to provide enough opportunities to youngsters. On the other hand, the other faction think that there are enough opportunities. It's just that we have not been able to convey it to our youngsters. And that is why most of them are not aware after they clear their boards, 12th, and graduation. They are not aware of different opportunities and they fall in prey. Most of them, especially from Hindi speaking region, they look forward to appearing in government
Hmm.
jobs. If they find a job, they are well settled. Otherwise, they are not sure what to do. So on that
Mm-hmm.
line, I would like to ask you that
Mm-hmm.
which faction is right in their approach? Are there enough opportunities for youngsters? Because what I feel that if I talk about all the youngsters who look forward to applying for government jobs, and that government job is the ultimate target for them. So I don't think
Most
they
of
have
them. Yes.
enough options because I have been among them, and the way we do our boards and after that graduation, most of the time I have found it that after board exams, after 12th, we hardly focus on graduation the way we should,
Mm-hmm.
and we have lack of opportunities as well. So we focus
Mm-hmm.
more on objective studies, solving multiple choice questions in order to crack exams. And in terms of
Mm.
that, we hamper our education to such an extent that once we are failed in grabbing the job, we are unable to see what next. So,
Mm.
what would you like to say on this?
I can just make it very brief because here on English Yari, we want the learners to speak for 60% of the time. So I'll just
Definitely.
add to what you have told. See, what I feel is both are possible in India. And one more thing is opportunities are there. Sometimes you have it solely depends on what you have chosen. For example, if you want to become an engineer, a doctor, a teacher, it depends on the specialization. What type of engineer, what
Right.
doctor, you're specialized in what. See, if you take my case, the minute I chose BA literature in English, the society did not encourage me
Correct.
because I belong to a batch where many people chose, and the trend was to choose professional courses only. I've spoken about this on my YouTube channel also. So I think I was the only one, maybe one more person, but that person went for BSc Physics. So that was very close to professional course. I mean, she had the options to take professional, but me, arts and humanities. So they were like, you have very good marks, and that too, I chose the first group chemistry, math, computer science. Yeah. So these were the physics also. So why do you have to go? You're making a foolish choice. Okay, even after getting an engineering seat. So I was like, yeah, the trend is professional course, but I would like to learn literature. I didn't have anything in my mind. The minute I cleared my exams and I became a graduate, like you were speaking about graduation also, even after graduation, after post graduation, after research also, I understood that English is still not the way it should be taught. I can tell you for English, I can speak for English. It's not taught in the way
Right.
it should be taught. Okay? It's not just because it is English, you take any subject.
Mm,
Any language, for example, if it's Hindi, maybe there is a difference. There's a difference. Sanskrit, maybe there's a difference. I don't know. But language is always a language, and I feel it's not taught in the way it should be done, not because it's a foreign language. And the second thing is you told
yeah,
opportunities. So if you want to become a teacher, if you want to become a professor, they don't look at the skills. Even today, I doubt if they look at the skills. Okay, you go to a college, there will be
right,
professors who can really speak in good English. Even teachers are there. But it's not because of the course that they have taken, it's because of their interest. Okay, but when you appear for these competitive examinations, they do not focus on the skill of teaching. They focus on the subject knowledge.
right,
I feel that it should be a mixture of both. You check the subject knowledge, you check the delivery style, you check the skill also. Because after all, if you're not able to communicate in that language, what is the use of calling yourself a professor in that language or subject?
right,
Similarly, when it comes to engineering or any other professional courses, I'm not speaking about English. There are colleges that encourage, for example, in Tamil Nadu, you can speak in Tamil if you're working in an engineering college, but professionally they use English. So it's not a
right,
big problem. But even in Tamil or Hindi or whatever language you're using, they don't have the ethics. It's pathetic to see the way professors or some of the high school teachers speaking to the students. So what kind of environment are you creating? Even if you converse in the regional language or in the mother tongue. So in between, when you explain the context or a particular concept, you can use your language and then mix it with English. But still,
right,
the refined language that you use, it's pathetic still. So what I would like to say is the education system. Many people are working towards it. There are a lot of programs focusing on this, but still it hasn't reached that level where level means I do not refer to the standard. The pedagogy and the
right,
methodology involved is not right. Okay, so
right,
that is why we always focus on, even now we are focusing on the intelligence aspect only, not the skill. So
right,
today also, even though people say we look at only the grades A, B, C, A and A plus, it's more or less the same. Okay, but in the society, when you go to a company, okay, or even when you teach in a school, A or A plus, how many years of experience? What are you good at? Skills. So skill is not focused on when you learn. So when you specialize in a course, the skill is not focused. And I cannot say, like, when it comes to a doctor also, many of the doctors don't know how to even communicate. I'm speaking about communication. Communication means talking to the patients, talking to your colleagues. It's not proper. So
yeah,
all these things are part of skills. Skill means problem solving, negotiating, critical analysis, knowing
right,
what and when to speak, what to
right,
disclose, what is not to be disclosed to the person sitting in front of you. Analyze the person, don't judge a person. Analyze the person and speak. So all these things are part of skills along with communication, and it is, I think, it is universal to all professions. It is
right,
universal. That is why we face problems when we go abroad. Most of the Indians face problems when we go abroad because they ask you to repeat the master course, the master degrees that you have taken, or you have to provide a transcript. So if they have to accept you, you have to give a transcript saying what have you done in your masters. So if they feel that you're eligible, okay, then you can go for the PhD. Otherwise, they will make you repeat because they focus on skills.
okay,
Now, when you look at the other side of the coin, Indians have got this beautiful way of adapting to any situation. So when you go abroad as an Indian, I think many people have got the tolerance level. I'm not speaking about the uh, people who marginalize. I know there are a lot of people who create problems in other countries, which is not pleasant because they actually be embarrassed and they are a sheer shame to the society. I'm not speaking about them, but most of the Indians, they adapt, they learn the skills within no time, within 6 months,
right,
8 months, because That's the need of the hour. But if you ask a foreigner to do that, they may not necessarily. You have to convince them why they are doing it, and most of the time they don't come here for job. That's what I feel. We go there. It's not a question of superiority, it's not a question of standard and substandard levels, but it's only the education system. And after having worked with colleges, after having worked with institutions, and even while working with an academy, I can see the level because a lot of people from different professions join us. So it's that. So if you ask me if opportunities are created, yes, opportunities are created. Sometimes opportunities are created by many people. Okay. Sometimes options are there, people don't see the options because the society, the parents and teachers themselves demean children. Now, one
Right.
more thing that I would like to add and then proceed is, see, suppose a person from the society, a child, wants to only specialize in playing drums. Drums. Okay? Society will not encourage because they look at what you can become in the future. Playing drums, what? But when you go abroad, you have options, you have courses. Even when it comes to English, you have lot of courses. You can specialize in Shakespeare, you can specialize only in poetry, I'm telling, and that too of a particular person of a particular age. Okay? Or you can specialize in ELT, ESL, whatever, whatever. Similarly in engineering. Or specializing and learning is very important because today's demand is such that you have to specialize. You can be a jack of all trades, you can know everything, it's good. At the same time, I think you need to be specialized in certain areas, and then only you can create your opportunity. So you need to be good looking for options in the initial years and then create your own opportunity and be your own boss. I think that is also important these days. So it's a
Definitely.
mixture of both. Yeah.
And in that similar line, when you were explaining all this, that the question that came to my mind, that when is it going to change? Because even today, the kind of recruitment system, especially for teachers that are available in different uh, in the heartlands or other
Absolutely.
places,
Yes.
are same. They are looking only for the uh, course, that if somebody has
Hmm.
BA, then they can become teacher, whether
Yeah.
they have quality or not, because there would be many videos available even on YouTube that there are teachers of English who can't pronounce English properly.
Yes.
There are
Yes.
teachers of maths who cannot explain even a plus b
The
ka whole
concepts.
square, the concept. So that also bothers me, and that is the reason many times I feel that thinking about such topics makes me hapless, and I feel that there is no point in discussion, because unless we are capable of doing something so that we can make a change, there is no
Mm.
point in discussing. Nothing will change.
Mm.
So, what's your take on that? And how
Okay, so if
difficult
you,
it is to detach ourselves from different aspects of our society where we are unable to do anything? Because
yeah,
if we do not detach, we would not be able to focus on ourselves. So, how
yeah,
important and at the same time how difficult it is.
yeah. So you spoke about this, the change. Okay,
Right,
so we have different people in the society, like even the legendary Ratan Tata. Okay,
right,
so see, in India, what I see is something that's still beautiful is because I have traveled to other countries. What I feel is, as I told you, people can adapt very well, and if needed, they can tolerate also. Only here we keep, we try to show our ego because it's some other country. So mothers always, we say mothers, I can shout at my mother. My mother will not say anything. So that's the kind of attitude. These are my brothers and sisters. That is my mother India. So mother India is not going to throw me out. So maybe that kind of overconfidence we all have, not just one sector. And most of the time, educated people create more problems. So that is the problem with the system. Okay, now coming to your question, we cannot say it's not going to change because change is inevitable, and also you cannot predict the change that's going to happen. See, the COVID lockdown brought about the online platforms.
Right.
Okay. But self learning was already familiar to the Western part of the world because there, as soon as you reach maybe grade 4, grade 5, even from a very small age, you have to do things on your own. It's not that you will be asked to refer books and learn everything on your own. No, you'll be asked to refer to resources, but age appropriate things. You have to learn on your own, no matter what happens. But during the COVID lockdown, we understood the reality that everything is part of self learning, whether you're playing guitar, whether you're learning English, or any subject, any skill.
Right.
So I think so many innovators, so many people who think in a different way have at least begun working. They've already, the attempt is there. Okay, let me bring something new. At the same time, you have the fraudulent activities and the scammers also. So there is an awakening, there is this enlightening happening. At the same time, you have, as usual, the fraudulent scamming things happening on the other side. So the attempt is there, which is great. But still, I can also see maybe after 2023, I also saw the way the recruitment is happening in schools. I go to schools, so I can see that most of the time, government schools and even private schools, they look at the course, the experience, and everything. And also, they have a kind of standard. Like, standard is not something that's set by the system, it is set by the school, the management.
Right.
So even if you want to do something good, you need the permission of so and so, and this body, this group.
Right.
Okay. But at the same time, you can see not just youngsters, even senior citizens, everybody speaking about this so that there is a change. It is not easy. It's not going to be easy also. It's not going to be easy not because of the education system. It's not going to be easy because of the mindset of the people. Even today, I come across people who are educated shouting at each other saying, "Why do you have to learn the English language? You threw the Britishers so many years back. Why do you want to learn the English language? It is here. Let us use our language." Not realizing many things. So I'm
Right.
not saying that you have to learn the English language. All these people who have created this app, okay, the creators of English Yari or any other platform, they have a vision. Nobody is forcing you to do it. So I'm just giving this example. There are a lot of other examples from
Right.
different professions. Okay, so it is very difficult for people in our society to unlearn and relearn. Learning is like easy. Learning is easy because you just have to be prepared to learn. That's all. You don't have caste, color, creed, and anything of that sort there. But unlearning and relearning is a bit of a problem because you have many things behind the back of your head, and people are quite judgmental also when it comes to anything in life, not just English language. Becoming an engineer, salary, marriage, okay, your position in the family, what people will think, all these things are associated with anything and everything.
Right.
So changing something is not easy, not just in the education system, even in when it comes to relationship. But I'm happy that a lot of people have already started. They don't take the advice. They of course listen to advice and they take the suggestion. Like people like you take suggestions from different facets of professions, but still, people have already like if you want to change, you be the change. That is what they're rightly showing. So they're showing the actions there. So coming back to Ratan Tata, he also said the same thing. He said, "I was never behind success. He did what he liked. Okay.
Right.
He just went behind his passion. He had his dips in life. He had lot of things that he had lot of people abusing him maybe in the initial years and even in the later part of his profession also. But today we respect him. Why? Why do we respect him? Not because he's from the business field or he's the most respected person in our country and even in other countries, just because of his words of wisdom. He was ready to relearn and unlearn. That's what
Right.
I see in such people. So there are a lot of examples, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. And a lot of people, people who are willing to relearn and unlearn. Even our forefathers are great leaders. We celebrated the Independence Day recently. If you respect someone today, it's because of their willingness to relearn and unlearn. All of them had qualifications, but what is something that distinguishes them from the other part, the other strata of the society? It's only because of these things. That's what I feel. So the same thing, change is never easy, but it becomes easier only if all of you take a collective effort. If you
Right.
just, it's not about you and me deciding certain factors, but we can do certain things. That's right. Okay,
Yeah.
it may not be easy, but do something that's right. So when I say something that's right, people may say it's your choice. Right is decided by your choice, but not every time. See, if you
Definitely.
go out to the street and if you abuse a person, it could be right to some people based on what happened there. Okay, but I think anything that hurts another person, anything that is an assault, anything that is physically or mentally torturing to another person is not right. So
Yeah.
if we think on that terms, I think India can become a role model to other countries because we have rich culture. And I don't think this culture can match any other culture in the world. So that is there. But we are slowly, slowly adopting things from other parts of the world because we don't know how to make the opportunities. Other parts of the world know how to make the opportunities. That is the difference. This is what I feel. This is what I have observed. But things can change. We cannot say it's not going to change. It may change. So that's also there. Let's hope for the best. Because we can see the change now. Here and there are a lot of things happening in the wrong way also. When you take English as a language also, people are learning just like that, even without realizing that the methods are wrong. But some change is
Right.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now you can add your bits because I think I spoke for long.
Yeah. So I was when I said that there is no change that I can see, or
Mm,
I can't say things getting different in recent times. So
mm.
I become a little bit pessimistic about
Okay.
all these events because of certain news that I go through. So I was
Yeah.
talking in that context that there have been certain changes as per law, yet we come across all this news, and
Yeah.
that's going to be there, no denying
Yeah.
that. But
Yeah.
that is what my question was, that how to detach ourselves, and how important, and at the same time how difficult it is to do that detachment part, so that we could focus on what we are aiming.
Yeah. Detachment is possible. Like you can detach yourself from all the things that hampers your growth, at the same time remain attached. So this
Right.
is something that was, I think I came across this something like this in a book where you can familiarize yourself with something, you can be attached to a person, for example, at the same time detach yourself from that person also. So that is known as
Right.
setting boundaries, healthy boundaries.
Right.
Education, health, even relationship, profession, personal life, time management, anything. So
Right.
completely, if you detach yourself, you're a part of a society, you're a human being. You need to socialize, you need the help of others, and we coexist that way. But you can detach and also at the same time remain attached. I have tried this out in different aspects, and I think it works. It may take some time because you have to convince yourself. The
Right.
battle is with yourself at
Right.
times when you try out these things.
Sure.
And then you can really experience a success. It may not be visible to others, but you will be happy by the end of the day.
Right.
I wouldn't call this balancing, but attachment in the face of detachment. That's what I feel. Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so again, 0 second. Right. So the time is up.
Yeah.
Time just flies. Okay. So we'll catch up in another session. Thanks for bringing this up, and we'll have another topic maybe next time.
Definitely.
Right.
Bye for now. See you in another
Bye. Bye for
session.
now. Bye bye.
Have a nice day.